Hey, good afternoon, good people. Good afternoon. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Shit. Just want to share some shit with y'all today. I just got out like a. I just came out of like a 3 to 4 hour fucking meditation, and I do that from time to time because I need to reflect and analyze and replay film, look at myself and what I'm doing, and if I'm doing it for the right reasons, and if I'm doing it correctly without trying to make myself look like a fool. And meditation is a fucking powerful thing because just you and you. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. Is that you find a solitude. You know what I mean? And a silent place, and you sit there with your thoughts without trying to think. You're gonna think, and you're gonna think about shit only you know. And it's learning how to grab onto those things and make sense of them, and then learn. If we make mistakes, then we make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? It's not to sit on those mistakes because we're human. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we didn't know better. Most of the time, you know what I mean. A lot of those mistakes come from shit that we've dealt with in the past, and we deal with them with the best information that we have. You know, a lot of us grew up with without our parents, and if they did, a lot of shit happened when they were around, and they broke up. And like for example, for mine, it was cool until they started breaking up and started fighting, and you know, here I go to the streets, and I'm just trying to find somewhere to be accepted and just be fit in, I guess. You know what I mean? Like in the culture that I grew up on, it was it was nothing but gang members outside. So the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life today is you know what you signed up for. You know what I'm saying? And that's my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But for my point of view, is I don't think a lot of people that are sitting in prison or on drugs or going through suffering and pain because they don't know how to handle situations would choose that over being really trying to live life to the fullest, to the full potential of how to handle things as a man or a woman. You know what I mean? We didn't have examples like that. My dad wasn't an example. You know, uh, my friends were in the same boat. So I grew up with the examples that I grew up in. For a long time, I didn't think that was I didn't think there was nothing but that. How else would you handle that? So me, you're crazy. I'm not crazy. Fuck, you don't know how to handle it. I know how to handle it. You know, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So I made a lot of mistakes and shit, and paid the price for it too. But it came to a point where you get old enough, right, and you start to develop a conscience. It's up to you to ignore that shit, but you're not gonna run from it. You know what I'm saying? But that's why motherfuckers can't be alone. That's why motherfuckers can't sit there and meditate and think and go and be in one-on-one session with yourself because, oh boy, that's a tough fight. They say a lot. They say that depression comes from dwelling in the past. They say anxiety comes from dwelling in the future. So you're never in the present, right? And until you learn how to live in the now, um, it's when you'll slow down. You know what I'm saying? And really think about shit. A lot of us, like for me, I didn't know how to. What's life without running amok? What's life without being high and doing this and doing that? I didn't know that what that was. You know what I'm saying? Until I got sober and I started like really finding out what is it do I like? Who am I? My mom and my dad named me Julio. Who the fuck is that nigga? I disconnected from them a long time ago. I stopped being a kid when I stopped doing kid shit, which was way before I got put onto the neighborhood. And we were doing all this stupid shit. You know what I mean? And then once I got put onto the neighborhood, that's really when I disconnected because now you entered you enter the life of a grown man. You enter a grown man's world where kids get the repercussion of a grown ass man. So you learn how to survive. So your whole life you learn how to survive up whenever you feel like you want to look at something different. You know what I mean? But it's nobody's fault, nigga. Everybody's just trying to survive. So don't take shit personal, motherfucker. People that are out there running amok and doing what they do, it's what they know, and that's all there is. I understand it to be that now, without putting anybody down. I ain't putting nobody down. I'm not even talking down. I'm not talking shit. I'm just understanding my reality. You know what I mean? Dwelling in your mistakes is a dangerous place to be, but it's a beautiful place to be. You know, because I don't know, dog. It's just you gotta grow. You gotta, when you were a kid, you thought like a kid. When you're a man, you start thinking like a man. Now, once you snap out of it and you realize, damn, fool, what's life without this? So depression comes with that because you feel like, how, dog? How am I gonna get back on track? How am I gonna get this right? I'm already a fuck up. I'm already this. This is all I know. How do I adapt? How do I just not, what's all this for then? I have no choice but to stay in this because this is what I know. And that's where it gets you stuck, homie. But the beautiful part about it is that that's where you're supposed to be if you're thinking like that. Because there's a world full of people out here, right? Billions of people in the world. You think that little circle of people is it? It's a little stain to the planet. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how to love. I don't know how to be a friend. I knew how to be that with what I know. But reality, the true definition of all that shit is not it. I didn't even know how to love myself, dog. If you love yourself, you wouldn't do the things you do to yourself. Injecting drugs, consuming drugs, getting wasted to a point where you're not connected to reality anymore, because that's why we do it. Because that's what life is about. You know what I mean? And we look at other things like, what do you mean? This is it. What do you mean? This is normal. And it is. It is normal to your normal. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I ain't arguing that that's not normal to you. But there's a bigger picture though. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you feel any type of way of how I felt, and it comes to a point where you be like, damn, this is it, dog. I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. This is what life is all about. Getting high, fucking trying to survive for the day, staying in motels, fucking. Why isn't the relationship working with this fucking? That person doesn't even know how. You don't know how to love yourself. You don't know how to love her. She don't know how to love you. She don't even know how to love herself. So it's like you're getting mad over nothing, over a big misunderstanding or a big misguidance. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that life is. But I was bold enough to make a move just to get sober though. That's it. That's as far as my mind thought. Like, I'm just gonna go get sober and I get back to being normal, not knowing that if you take away the drugs from them, nigga, you're still left with all this shit. You're still left with that mentality. You're still left with the behavior, and you're never gonna adapt to it unless you take care of that. And the only way to take care of that is by seeking counsel. By seeking counsel from people that's been there and got over that shit and figured it out and have something that you want. Like, how did you get to that point? You came from the same shit as me. Like, how you have a badass car and you're paying for it legitly. You know what I'm saying? You have a place of your own without doing any type of skinny shit. Like, and you're happy without drugs? Yeah. This is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? And it's possible, but I'm not gonna sit and tell you that it's hard. It's easy. It's the hardest challenge that you will ever have to face in your life is you, and that's the best fight you'll ever be in. It's the hardest fight you'll ever be in, and you're gonna fight that fight every single day because you're never gonna let that. You're never gonna that shit doesn't erase, homie. You just learn how to manage it. And once you learn how to manage it, you'll start looking at people and you'll understand instead of judging. Because in the life that we come from, I don't know what my life is without drama. Well, I didn't know what my life would be without drama. It had to be some type of drama in order for it to be normal. Shit's too fucking nice right now. That person's too fucking. Why the fuck is that fool keep calling me, asking how I'm doing? What does he want? He must be up to something. No, homie, those are all the survival instincts that you used. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people that do come to these places and work on themselves and start finding out the truth and find real happiness, you know, they end up backsliding and motherfuckers get killed in the streets, or they end up getting in a deeper hole than they were because they found some type of peace, and then they go back and they put their guard down because they're no longer adapting the full mode of survival, and you fucking get caught slipping, whether it's through death, jails, or just heartbreak. You know what I mean? Disappointment, depression, all that shit. So like, I was been coming out of jail since juvenile hall. I paroled 2022, and my whole life I look back at it and I'd be like, why this, why that? I have again questions that only I have answers to, but I have to look for them. They ain't gonna just, I'm not gonna just wake up one day and have all those fucking answers. You know what I'm saying? So I engage with things and groups and sessions and a therapist, and I have a gang of shit that's going on right now because I want to learn and I want to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I have a lot of education, street education, that nobody else can teach me but the streets. But now I'm applying the good that I could pull out of that with education that's coming from school and other people that are in good positions in life. You know what I mean? And I'm molding my own little view and into this, right? And it's working out for me right now. You know what I'm saying? But for a long time I used to always wonder why certain shit gets me mad, or why shit triggers me, why this person got me fucked up. Don't you think who I think I am? But you have to be that, you know what I'm saying? In the life that I come from, but not in the life that I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? And everything in the life that we come from is labeled. Oh, you're this, or you're that, or you belong on that side, or we do this over here. It's like everything's segregated. Even when you go to prison in the system, all the blacks, the whites, the Mexicans. That's survival. You know what I'm saying? Everything's survival. So it's meant for that. But reality, that the real world doesn't work like that. You know, it doesn't work like that at all. And that's why things don't get done, because if we could just figure out how to fucking really figure this shit out, then a lot of shit, more shit will come up. But they don't want us to know that shit because, you know what I'm saying, the truth gets exposed when a lot of minds get together. You know what I'm saying? And shit slows down for other people's benefit. You know, I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not directing it towards anything. I'm just basing it on my views. I'm not directing this up to anybody. I'm just sharing some shit with you guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't regret nothing I've ever done in my life. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't feel how I feel today and think the way I am today. I got my best knowledge from the people that were incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to survive. You know what I'm saying? And street education can't be taught by anything but the streets. And that's I think that I wish everybody learned. But you can't even go to school for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I have something that nobody else could teach a person that goes to school to study. People go to school to study, be this and be that, but they'll never understand it the way from somebody that comes from it. And so that's a powerful position to have. You know what I mean? Now, like, my life now, I look at it like I've always was told how and when how to do things from juvenile hall. You're stuck. You run a set program, not only by the administrative side, but from our side. So you're always constantly doing something and being told what to do. Same thing from the county to the prison system. You got the administration side and you got our side. And there's always rules to live by. If you don't, there's consequences, right? You can't ever be yourself. because of the rules. What if you like to do something and it doesn't mean it harms anything. It's just you trying to make something happen for yourself, and it's not gonna harm anybody else. But nope, you can't do that because it's not how we do it. And life is not about that. Jesus, who says you can't go out and do who? Nah, homie. There's life has no limits. The only limits you set are yourselves. You know what I mean? So like, it's something for you to think about, homie. And when you have free time, think about this, right? A lot of times we make things bigger than what they are because of the way we think, because of the traumas. We left that kid that we used to be. We disconnected from that a long time ago. So that kid was left unattended with a lot of things, and that motherfucker lives inside of us, whoever that kid is. You know what I'm saying? So when you deal with things, when you react to things, or things trigger you, or you hear certain songs that makes you uncomfortable or bring things up, it's because that kid went through some shit that never got tended to, and you just left without him, started living a full grown man's life. You know what I'm saying? And until you go back and tend to that kid and why he acts the way he acts, you're always gonna wonder why you react the way you react. You know what I'm saying? And some people might grasp this, some people won't, and it's okay too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing this for you to understand anything. I'm just sharing some shit because some people might need to hear some shit. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to save anybody. I'm not. I'm just kicking it. You know what I mean? I'm just shooting this shit, dog. Just having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not investing my energy in shit that it does me no good or has no benefit. There's no retirement plan to the shit you do. You know what I'm saying? There's no because at the end of the day we all play this game called life, right? And whether you win or you lose, homie, we're still gonna die. So like, if you were to die today, right? And you got that outer body experience, right? And you're looking at yourself and you're looking at everybody around you. Are you gonna be happy with the person you left behind? Are you gonna leave? Are you gonna be happy with that, with the memory? Because that's all it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? You either left a good impact in life or you didn't. You can't be mad for a motherfucker trying. You know what I'm saying? And peace is something that money can't buy. Time is something money can't buy. You can't get that shit back. So correct your rights. You correct your wrongs with your rights now. If you have a chance, or if you want to, if that even crossed your mind. You know what I mean? Because I say this, if I could do it, homie, and I found it, I know you could do it too. You know what I'm saying? But you have to want to, homie. You know what I'm saying? You start learning and seeing things as like, damn, G, like you were just misguided. That's it. You were just surviving, homie. That's it. It doesn't make you a bad person, homie. You did what you did. You had to do for the moment, because that's what surviving comes with. You know what I'm saying? But in the streets, it's a different type of survival. You know what I'm saying? It's a different type of stress. It's a different type of approach. It's a different type of communication. You know what I mean? Different type of stresses, you know, and I really do appreciate everybody that's been involved in my life, bad and good, because it was a lesson to everything. And today I don't have no hate in my heart. I don't. There's nothing you can say to me that's really gonna get me out of shape. There's nothing really you can do to me what the worst thing somebody can do to me is kill me, and that's not even the worst thing, because you're doing me a favor, because that's it. That's it. Everybody's gonna die, homie. Are you scared of dying? That's the answer. Only you have that answer to that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna give mine. I'm just not gonna entertain that. I'm just saying. It's just motherfuckers been trying to kill me all my life. What's that mean? You know what I mean? But I'm not trying to die by some suffering and making shit harder for me when it's not supposed to be that way. You know what I mean? So I'll leave you guys with that. I gotta go to work right now, fool. Life is in session. And that's it.